My name is Fiona Lennon and I'm Principal here at St Mary's Academy CBS. So where do we begin really? You're obviously here because you're considering sending your son to the CBS, and I want to really begin the night by saying that really hot off the press we have some exciting news that we're in line for a complete new build. We are looking forward to this beginning early next year. We're going to planning permission towards the end of this year. This is a massive step forward for us, and it's at a cost of 18 million. It is going to be state of the art. So it will afford us the opportunity to introduce and broaden our curriculum. We will have a home economics room, we will have 4 new science labs, technology rooms, state-of-the-art art room, an SEN suite with an SEN garden. I mean, the list is endless, and it is really exciting times. So while we are very strong and very focused on our curricular provision and on the academic success of our students, this will just give us that opportunity to bring it to a whole new level. Included in that also, as every boy will know, is the benefit and the use and the excitement of seeing an AstroTurf. So watch this space. We're really looking forward to the next 2 years, and as I said, exciting times ahead. So as a parent or guardian, one of the biggest decisions you're about to make is what secondary school is best suited to your son's needs and to his wishes. As a parent or guardian, what you really want to know is, and what your child wants to know is, will I be safe? Will I be secure? Will I be happy? And is it an environment suitable for learning? In line with our mission statement, and it's what we live day to day, week to week by, students in our care are encouraged to recognise and develop their talents to the full. Each student in our care is respected as a unique human being, and our wish, our desire, and what we live by is that they enjoy a sense of confidence and belonging. So the last 2 years have been very difficult for your son, and we're so mindful of that each week we look at how can we improve that transition for the students as they enter from primary school into us at St Mary's Academy. We have a wide range of supports in place. We have a transition programme structured and tailored to meet the needs of every student. This is led then by a team of our senior leaders, our senior student leaders, the MEHL team. So your son, upon entry into St Mary's Academy CBS, will be assigned one person from that team who will be their go-to person. They help them settle in, they will tease out any difficulties, any expectations they have that they're not sure about. They're the person that will support them, guide them and lead them. So these boys are trained, they, as I say, are senior leaders, and they will do everything to ensure your son gets that sense of safety and security from the minute he walks into the door. We engage our students with activity days in their first induction programme. They're engaged in icebreakers, in team building. All of these aspects of the introduction into our school helps each individual student feel that sense of connection, and it's a programme that we are truly proud of. In addition to that, each student that comes into our school is assigned a class teacher. This teacher is the person, their go-to person that they meet with every single morning before class starts. They also have a year head, they have a guidance counsellor assigned to them, and then as well as that, they have both the deputy principal and myself as principal. So we're here to support your son. Our hashtag is CBS Family, and that is what we are. We're a small school. We pride ourselves on that because for us it's about getting to know each individual as they walk through that door. They're not a number. To us, they are, in line with our mission statement, a unique human being, and we just so look forward to getting to know them over their 6 years when they're with us. Here at at CBS, we have many staff who are more than willing to share their experiences of life as a teacher and give you an idea of the experience that a student will have with us.
Here at St Mary's Academy CBS Carlow, we endeavour to provide a broad and varied PE programme. It encompasses some of the more recognisable traditional activities, games, basketball, soccer, Gaelic football. We also try and provide opportunities for students to experience other areas that they may not experience outside of the school setting, from badminton to shot put to discus to high jump.
Hi, you're very welcome here to the Materials Technology and Construction Studies room here in Carlow CBS. In the CBS here, we offer both Materials Technology Wood to junior cert level for first to third year, and then a natural follow-on for most students will be Construction Studies, which takes place in 5th and 6th year. I suppose in between as well for TYs we have different modules both in Construction Studies and also to give them experience of practical skills, so we also take on some woodwork projects also. In 5th year then, our students then decide to take on Construction Studies. Construction Studies is again a mix of practical and theory, and this knowledge is basically designed around the building of our house, how our houses fit into the environment, and many more aspects of the built environment.
Critical thinking is a major component of the science curriculum in CBS Carlow. Being able to think for oneself in the current kind of climate is proving more and more important as the years go on. So in a science class, activities can range from learning about the origins of the universe, to making models, to carrying out experiments. When you take science in CBS Carlow, not only will you be learning new and interesting things, but you'll be doing them in a fun and safe environment.
In every school up and down the breadth of the country, we talk about the holistic development of a child. But I suppose for us, we stop and think, right, okay, what does that mean in our day-to-day working with each student? So our commitment to your child is that we will nurture their personal, their social, their emotional, their physical and their intellectual development. It's a package, it's that rounded person so that they can go on to be the very best versions of themselves. We're very much a student-focused school, student-centred, where we respect and recognise the unique talents that each child has to offer. It also gives us that opportunity and gives your son that opportunity to build relationships during those important lunch times and break times. Lunchtimes activities are on every day of the week. The boys love nothing more than going out to play a bit of football, play a bit of basketball at morning break. But even if they aren't sporting, we have lunchtime activities that involve different games, chess, reading clubs. The list is endless. So every year we seek to identify, what do our first years want? What kind of activities do they want to get involved in at lunchtime? And we provide those activities. Our school day starts at 8:55, as I said, where your son will meet with his class teacher, and we have a 50-minute lunch break in which they have time to eat, enjoy, socialise and get to know each other, and then we finish at 4 p.m. The good news, which most of them do like, is that on a Friday they finish at 1:10, so they're usually hot on the heels out the gate to enjoy their weekend. So that's just the start, I suppose, of what we have to offer, and to just assure you that we are here for your son, and that for them to be happy is the only way that your child is going to learn. A child won't learn successfully and won't engage in the academics of a school unless they feel that safety, feel secure and feel happy. So in terms of our academics, we are really going from strength to strength. Our aim is to identify and to really challenge students to be the best they can be, but also to challenge ourselves to keep improving on our quality of teaching and learning. Over this year alone, we had over 15% of our Leaving Certs achieved over 500 points in their Leaving Cert. And it's not all about points. It's about ensuring that we have just brought out the very, very best in your son, so that he can leave here with his head held high, his shoulders back and say, yes, I did my very best. In order for ourselves to keep improving, it's important that all of us as teaching staff, as management staff, that we engage in the highest quality CPD. And that is something that I can say we are probably way ahead of the curve with. We have so many staff that aren't just engaged in CPD, but who are associates of various academic bodies who deliver CPD. They're now developing their own CPD to disseminate amongst our teaching staff. So it's only by doing this and by continuously striving to improve ourselves that we can expect improvement in our boys. And it's only by doing that that our boys leave St Mary's Academy CBS, where we set no limits to what they can achieve in life.
Dia grit, Kino Rivig Sanam Dum, agus Jasselmeer, Gwelskaloni Horse, Bunskul. In you, Tom McCain Free, Skull Academ Nevwera, Tom McFrasteler, Skulden Scotty, agus Tanamu Tori Galer on Das.
Here at the St Mary's Academy CBS Carlow, academics at the forefront, whether it's maths, English or Irish, the teachers are always there to help us progress.
Here at the CBS, we must say there's something for everybody. No matter what your son's interest, there is always a club or an activity he can get involved in. Sport would feature very highly, and we're strong in GAA, and we have football and hurling, we have soccer, we have rugby. But apart from the sporting and some very important aspects of our extracurricular activities, we have many students involved in public speaking, in debating, in music, in green schools and their care and their interest in the environment, in drama, in various competitions, both curricular and extracurricular. And we are really moving forward in our objectivity in terms of STEAM. That's the science, technology, engineering, arts and maths field. So we have our library is being restocked, and as I said earlier, we have chess, we have board games. So there is really, we're a school that caters for everybody, because the desires, the wishes and the interests of people does vary, and our aim is to ensure that no matter what your son's interest, he will find something here in CBS Carlow. The pursuit of excellence is something that we strive for in our dealings with your son on a day-to-day basis. Now here's a look at life inside the CBS.
Defines us as a school is the lovely relationship that we have between staff and the students.
CBS Carlow is the perfect place in which you can reach both your academic potential and your potential outside the classroom with our excellent mix of extracurricular activities, everything from gaming to sports to anything you're interested in. There will be a place here for you to explore that.
I hope from watching that you got a sense of a day in the life of a student and of a teacher or a member of staff here in the CBS. So as we were talking about life inside the school, and as you can see, it's active and it's busy, but at the end of the day, the quality of teaching and learning really is the single most important factor in raising student attainment, in ensuring that they get the very best they deserve, that they work towards their goals, and that we support them on that journey. What we're introducing this year, I'm delighted to say, for our transition year programme, and we will be working it down through the year groups, is an idea called phenomenon-based learning. So this is our way, I suppose, of connecting the curriculum, connecting the subjects, so that students don't see each subject as an individual idea on its own. And through that pathway then, each student, as an individual and as a team member, can pull together their knowledge from their various subjects and see how they work together in tandem. So really exciting projects going on in the school. And I suppose all of these projects, ideas and creativity really emanate from the most important voice in our school, and that is the student voice. You hear talk about the student voice, and it is something that is part and parcel of the living, breathing moment of our day. It begins in the classroom. That's where the student voice starts, and it's about gaining their trust, taking on board their ideas, their suggestions, but as well as that, it helps them to become more self-confident, more independent, and develops their leadership skills. So that is really what we believe strongly in. It starts in the classroom, and then where does it lead to? We have so many students involved in leadership programs in our school. I've already mentioned the MEHL program, our senior MEHL leaders. We have the student council. We have our students involved in peace and justice. They're involved in volunteerism. Our transitioners are involved in the Gashka Awards, always striving to encourage them towards strengthening their leadership capacity.
Hi everybody, Marcus Lawler here, Irish Olympian and past student of the CBS Carlow. I'm just here to give you a little idea of what my time was like in the school, and I can say for certain that it was a very enjoyable time of my life. Academically, we were always pushed on and encouraged by some really good teachers to work very hard in our academics, and in turn this helped me get a decent leaving cert, and it kind of set me up for third level education where I could follow on, and I managed to attain a degree and a master's in the Institute of Technology Carlow. Sport was another big part in the school, and I suppose our friendships and bonds created in the classroom really helped us in the sport end of things for the school teams, where again we had a little bit of success there, and again we were led by some excellent teachers who acted as managers and mentors for us. If you are a primary school student or a parent and you're wondering about what secondary school to choose, I couldn't recommend the CBS in Carlow enough, and thanks very much for listening.
Matthew is my name, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the metal team we have here in the school. There's a group of 10 of us, and we were picked at the end of 5th year. We were picked to try and help the first years settle into the school and try to make them feel as comfortable as possible settling into their new school. We understand how big a change it is going from being in 6th class and being the biggest in primary school to going into 1st year and starting all over again in secondary school. It's our job to help them with this, and we try to do so by organising things such as the sports day, the soccer tournament and the quiz. Being a metal leader comes with a lot of responsibility, but it's also a very rewarding job to have in the school.
I'd usually arrive at about 5:30. I cycle to school, so I'd go and I'd arrive at the gate, and one of the teachers would be waiting there, and so I'd go in and say good morning to the teacher and go in, and I put my bike away in the bike shed, and then I'd chat with my friends for a while because they were standing outside waiting to go in, and then go in at 5 to 9, and then there'd be registration, and then our class tutor would call the roll, and then our classes would begin for the day. Well, before I came into the CBS into 1st year, I was in 6th class in Asker Boys, and I was thinking people had told stories about going into secondary school, and it'd be really, really strict, and if you'd even breathe when you weren't meant to, you'd be suspended or something, but it really wasn't like that when I came in here. Well, the teachers are they're friendly. Anyway, like you know them. They know your first name and everything, obviously. So like you know your teacher as well, and be able to like have a conversation with them during class and stuff if they're asking things.
The year head. Like, if you're troubled or you're not settling in, you can go to your year head if you have a problem or something. And yeah.
Or the vice principal or the principal or anybody really in the school.
And your student counsellor.
You get to pick 2 subjects that you do, like choice subjects, and I picked graphics and woodwork, and I've been enjoying woodwork so far, and I've already made a phone stand in the first couple of weeks that I'm actually using at home, and it's great what you can make in the class with only an hour or 2 hours each week.
I picked business and technology, and technology is probably the best out of all of them. And before I even started technology, the other class made that for my keys, and basically you get that and it has the CBS logo on a sticker. And now at the minute we're making it a clock with your own design, like basically whatever you want. And I just picked something to suit my room, something like Manchester United.
Well, I picked music and art. Well, I picked music just because I wanted to learn to play an instrument. I'm not necessarily good at music, I just wanted to do it. I always listened to music as a kid. I always sang as a kid. I always just did everything got to do with music, so I picked it. And I picked art because I draw nearly every day, so like I can just build on that skill.
So, as your son, when he enters the school and into first year, it can be very difficult and very challenging to know what subjects they will like, what subjects they might be interested in, and I suppose for many of them, they won't have had any experience of these subjects. So while we have our core curriculum, we do have 6 subjects then that they can experience and that they can get a sense of before they make their choices. So I'm going to hand over now to Mr. Keeley, our Deputy Principal, and he's going to talk to you a bit more about those subject choices and about our other programme on offer for our first years.
I just want to talk to you a little bit about curriculum firstly. Your son, as he starts his secondary school, will be following what's called the Junior Cycle programme, which essentially replaces the old Junior Cert. And whereas the Junior Cert was based really around an exam at the end of 3 years of school, the new Junior Cycle programme incorporates more continuous assessment, where we check in on his learning really a lot more throughout first year, second year and third year. Your son will be assessed on 10 subjects in total, and 2 of these 10 subjects will be what's called optional subjects. And that means students have a choice here. And in our school, we have 6 subjects, 6 optional subjects that students choose 2 from. And the 6 are business, art, music, wood technology, applied technology and graphics. Now, we feel strongly that, I suppose, this is a really important decision for students to make, because experience tells us that it's these 2 subjects that quite often are the students' favourite subjects because they've had some element of choice here. Quite often the subjects that they'll take again or some variant of those to take on into senior cycle and all the way up to Leaving Cert. And quite often the subjects that they'll perform best at in Leaving Cert. So it's very important that we make really good informed choices. And whereas some schools ask students to choose 2 from 6 before they even start, in our school we offer students the chance to sample all 6 subjects before making a choice. So for many of you out there, particularly the young fellas I suppose that I'm speaking to here, that the jump from primary to secondary must feel very daunting, I suppose. And here at the CBS we're very conscious of that, and we really want to support you as much as we possibly can. And key to kind of supporting you with the challenges of secondary school is a program that we do here in our school that no other school does, and we call it 4us, which translates into evolution or growth. And essentially 4us is a 33-hour program that you'll do over the entire first year, and that tries to address the specific challenges that you may or may not have when starting secondary school. It's got 3 real elements to it. The first one is digital. So each student here in the CBS gets 11 hours of training on online skills and online safety. And we feel that's very, very important for the world we live in. The second element is called Active and Connect. And that tries to create connections really between you and your classmates, your new classmates, between you and the school community, and between you and our local community here around the CBS. And the third element is learning to learn, because we know, I suppose, learning in your old school will be slightly different than learning in your new school here, and we want to teach you and help you acquire a set of skills that will help you with homework, with revision and other challenges in and around learning. The feedback from the students for the last couple of years has been really excellent on this programme, and we listen to them and we review every year how the programme is going, and we make adjustments every year. And we really hope that this programme will be key in helping you settle well here in our school.
We really do hope that you get a sense of what we're about here, and that ultimately for us, when our students walk out, that they have developed and continue to show respect and kindness and, I suppose, a conscience for social justice, and that they're brave. They know how to step out of their comfort zone, and that they're our future leaders. So ultimately, that my wish is that we'll have empowered them to embrace their learning, to own their own future, and to excel at whatever route they decide to go down in life. So on behalf of everybody here at St. Mary's Academy, I just want to say a massive thank you to you all for tuning in tonight. Gurv míle maith agaibh go léir agus slán agus bannat.